Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is going to be Crochet Podcast number 22. Yeah, I think that's right. So I do have a couple finished objects and some whips, so I'm just going to go ahead and show the first one. I have my little Lucy here to be in the video with me just for this very first project, so I will be slicing together two clips for that. But I did get my community tab, and thank you all so much, because without my subscribers I would have never been able to reach the 500 to get the community tab, and it was fun to be able to make a post for the first time. I guess it's kind of silly, but I really enjoyed sharing with you all that I was working on. And so I did show this book right here, and it is Edward's Menagerie Dogs. It's got 50 canine crochet patterns, and it is by Kerry Lord. I have a lot of Kerry Lord's books, and most of them are in UK terms, but this book is not in UK terms. It's actually in US terms, but I got this book off of eBay, so I don't know if they're all like that, if they're all in US terms, or if it was just this particular version that I got. Like maybe she released a UK termed one and a US terms. I don't know. So I'm going to show you what that I made. So I made a Boston. Look at it with my little Lucy. So this pattern was for Llama Mama Kayla's puppy parade. There is not a Boston pattern in this book. Now I know that she has an updated book coming out, or it may already be out, that has the same, I think it's got the same dog patterns, but then it has extras, and she does have a Boston Terrier pattern. And I follow her on Instagram, and I had seen a picture of it on Instagram, and I will pop up that picture. So I just based my Boston, the way that it looks, on kind of on hers, like how she did the white around the neck. And now I did do all of my, it's got a hair on it. Black shows everything, especially when you have dogs. It shows everything. But I did do all of the feet different, because Lucy and Bella, I have two Bostons, they all have different sizes of white on their paws. So I thought that it would be fun to kind of make all of the paws, the white on the paws for this one, all different, so that it would kind of be like their paws. And I think that it turned out super cute. I did have some of these safety noses. I've only used them once before. It was a really long time ago, and so I was happy to get to use one of those. But the head is worked from the back to the front, so I had to glue that nose in. But this is not something that I'm going to give to a child, so it'll be okay, because it's just going to be for me, or maybe my daughters, but they're older and they're not gonna eat it, so it's alright. I didn't do a great job on the color changing on the face, but that's okay. I just kind of tried to, like I said, mimic that picture, but she doesn't use safety eyes or eyes or anything in her patterns. She just uses crochet, like she sews them on. So I'm going to pause or stop this video and let her go, and then I'll come right back to talk more about it. Okay, so I took her into the living room. I can't have her in here because she will not lay still. She really wants to be where I am, but she just will not be still. So I use the Enzo, the French Bulldog pattern in here for my Boston. So I followed this pattern, except I made the ears a little bit more pointy. Like you start out with 6 single crochets in a magic ring, so I did another 6, and then I started increasing, and that kind of gave it just a little bit of a point. And because French Bulldogs have more of like a rounded ear, and Bostons are usually more pointed, or mine are anyway. So I did do that different. And then, like I said, I just started color changing when I thought that I needed to. I actually had to do this head twice, because the first time I thought that it was working, because this was the first pattern that I had done out of this book, and I thought that it worked from the front to the back of the head, and so I had started in white, even though I don't know why I did that, but I did. So I had to start over with the black, and I did use a worsted weight yarn. This is like a Bunches of Hugs. I think it's called Licorice, but it's just black. It's just black yarn, and then this white is the Big Twist from Joann's in white. And I think I used 12mm eyes. My husband said that I should have used bigger eyes because, you know, my dogs have big bug eyes. So, but that's okay. And like I said, I just went off of her picture, and I made this, and I love it so much. This is not because I did have a subscriber in my Fridays Feature Photos Friday video that sent me a picture of a dog that she had crocheted, and that was Donna. So if you haven't seen that, you should go and check it out, because she did a good job on it, and I loved it so much. And I said, well, I've got to make a puppy, so why not make a Boston for the puppy parade? And I have already took pictures. I'm not going to show them on here until after they go into Llama Mama Kayla's video, but I will be submitting a picture of my Boston to her video. So in that video, I did say that I had 2 patterns that were Bostons, and this was not the pattern that I was talking about. Kerry Lord's patterns are really, really easy. I would not say that they are beginner, like straight out beginner friendly, just because there's not step-by-step pictures like a lot of other patterns have. But if you have made amigurumi before, and you know you don't need those pictures, those steps. She has a lot of pictures showing you stuff, but she doesn't tell you exactly where to place things or anything like that. So I would say that her books are not for like a very, you know, very beginner, like that had never made amigurumi before. But, you know, if you know how to follow a pattern and you have made amigurumi before, then these are definitely for you. And I love all of her patterns. Now, I did have a little bit of trouble at the end of this pattern for the head, because I didn't really understand what she was trying to say, but it ended up working out fine. So I don't know if it was me or that pattern, but I've never had any other trouble with any of her patterns, and I have worked out of a lot of her books. I just love all of them. She does have a flower monster book coming out. It's called Alexandra's Garden, and I'm so excited for that. Like, I want that so bad, because she does not sell like PDFs of her patterns. They only come out in books, and that book doesn't come out till next year. So I want it so bad. I just think those little flower monsters are so cute, and I can't wait to make my own. So I did finish my blanket, or I'm calling it finished, because I thought that I had a scrap ball of this sapphire yarn, and I didn't. And I have not weaved in my tails, but it's not going to take but maybe 5 minutes or 10 to do that. So like I said, I'm calling this done, because the crochet part is done, and I will not show it again after this. But I did finish it, and it's going to be really hard. I will have to pop in a picture once I take one to show you what it looks like. But I did get all of the purple. Now the purple is a little bit longer section than the peacock, because it just went a little bit further. and then it goes from the purple to the peacock and then back to where I started. And I have not took my markers out of the bottom, and I will show you again slowly if I can. So that is my finished blanket, and the reason I was looking for a scrap ball is because I was able to get to my last row, and I only like that far. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to rip this part and then this chain part back and tie it off and call it done. And that will give me like 14 rows instead of 15. I just did not have enough yarn. I played yarn chicken and I lost. But this is the block by block stitch by Creative Grandma. It is the Stitch of the Week number 209. She has a PDF download and she has a YouTube tutorial on it, and I will have both of those linked below. It looks just like the modern granny stitch, except it is worked back and forth, and I really enjoyed working on this. It was so much fun to work on. I love this stitch. It was a lot of fun, so I'm sure I will do another one in that too. I used a 6mm hook, and I used the color, I used Big Twist Value in the color Sapphire for all of this blue. This color is Caron 1 pound in the color Peacock, and then this purple I did not have a ball band for, so I'm not sure what color purple it is, but it looks similar to the purple that is in the Peacock. So I really like how it turned out. It's really soft and squishy, and it will be even more so after it is washed. But like I said, I'm calling it a finished object because the only thing I have to do is rip that row back, tie it off, and then weave in my ends. So that is my block by block stitch blanket that I have been working on. And I did not do a podcast last Sunday because I wasn't feeling well. I'm feeling so much better now. And that is all that I worked on last week besides my All for Fall collab project that I was doing. And that's all that I worked on. That, and I think I worked on my Stitcher library. But I worked a lot on that blanket because it's mindless and I didn't have to think, and I wanted to crochet even though I wasn't feeling well. So moving on into whips, I have a lot of whips. I had 2 whips the last time that I had a podcast. One of my whips that I had was the Party Cat, and I did not touch it. I was really aggravated with how lopsided its head looked. I think it is the yarn that I was using, because I was using a sock weight yarn or yarn for socks. And so I think that I may later on try to make it in worsted weight yarn, because it just wasn't working out. I don't know if I did something wrong, if it was the yarn, I don't know, because Llama Mama Kayla had made that before, and it turned out fine for her, so I know it's not the pattern. I also showed another whip, and I know this video is all over the place. This is what happens when you wait 2 weeks to make a video, or when you skip a week. So last time we talked, I had been working on this Gnome Organizer by Pampinognome. I had the body done, and I did work on this, and I made the side pieces. Of course, there's tails everywhere if I can get them to sit right. So there's the side pieces. So it sits like this. It sits like this. And then your hooks, I don't think I have a hook in here, but your hooks or whatever you're using, here's a pair of scissors. Let's just say that you want to keep some scissors in it. They go beside of it like that, and they fit down in these little round containers, and you can keep your hooks in it, your scissors, whatever you want to keep in it, you can keep in these. And this is a mushroom. It has a mushroom hat. I made the whole entire mushroom hat, and I'm going to be honest with you all. So I made that whole entire mushroom hat, and in the picture, because I will have it up, she takes the white yarn and she wraps it all the way around the white part of the mushroom. And I tried to do that, and it just looked awful. It looked horrible. I tried to fit it on the body here, and I did not like the way that it looked, and I got so aggravated with that I just threw it in the trash. Like, I literally threw the whole thing away. I wish I hadn't have done that, but I did. And sometimes stuff like that just happens, and frustration just gets the best of you. And I was so frustrated with it. I was like, I am not doing this. But I did not get rid of my pieces, because I was thinking maybe that I could make a different hat and just make it a different kind of gnome. I have not worked on it since that night, because I was just really frustrated. Like I said, that week I wasn't feeling well, and I was trying to work on it anyway, and it wasn't working out. So it just didn't look good to me. And like, I followed her pattern. I just could not, I don't know, I just couldn't get it to look right, and so I just tossed it. So that's what I did. And that's perfectly okay, because like I said, I'm going to try to find a different hat for this. I don't know what I'll do. I could try to make the mushroom hat again. I don't know if I will, but I think this is going to go to sleep for a little while, and then I'll come back to it eventually, because I really don't have that much to go. I just need to do its arms, and I think it has arms, and its nose, and then give it a beard, and then find out some kind of hat to go with this, because I really love the idea of having this little organizer, and I really want it. But like I said, I just could not. It's not that I couldn't follow the pattern. The pattern worked out fine. It's just I could not get it to look right when I tried to put it on the head. It just looked horrible. I couldn't get the white yarn to wrap right, to make it look right. I just had a hard time with it, and I just got frustrated, and that's okay. So it is sleeping. I did use a 6mm hook on this. This is all Shepye's Katona. Not 6mm. I used a 2.75mm hook on this. It is all Shepye's Katona cotton in the color Willow. This is the color Moon Rock, and then the other colors, I'm not even going to talk about them, because I don't know what I'm going to do for this yet. So I will probably have to find some different colors. But she has all kinds of gnomes that I love, that I've made many, many times. And I'm sure that I have something that I can adjust to make it fit that, to make it look right. Even something like this, just make it a flower gnome. I could do that. I will figure out something, and I will eventually get back to it. I just got aggravated with it, and I did show it on my last podcast, so I wanted to show it again just to let you all know what was going on with it. But that is going to be sleeping for a little while, and I do still have the pieces to my party cat too, but whether or not I continue on that, I don't know. I don't know if I will or not, because I just was not happy with it. And I'm the type of person that if I'm not happy with how something is turning out, or if I'm not enjoying working on the project because of a reason like that, then I just cannot make myself keep going on it. I would rather just stop and find something that I do enjoy. And I feel like that the past 2 weeks have been fails. Like, I've had so many crochet fails. Like, it's awful. The gnome, the party cat, and then if you all remember, I bought this yarn at Hobby Lobby's clearance. This is called Symphonia Plus. It is a sport weight yarn, and I think it's cotton, mercerized cotton, I'm pretty sure. But it was this really pretty black and white yarn. And so when I seen this yarn on clearance, because like I said, I only paid $1.62 and it was a regular $6 a skein, I seen this yarn and I thought, that looks like it would make a cool zebra or a Dalmatian or something. So when I seen it, I thought, I'm going to try it and see what it looks like. So I pulled out my Edward's Menagerie book by Kerry Lord. I love this book. I mean, I've made so many patterns out of it, and there's so many more. There's 40 different patterns in this book, so there's a lot that I haven't made. This was my very first Amigurumi book, and it has a very special place in my heart. I just love this book. And all of the animals in this use the same body shape. There's, in the very beginning of the book, you have your standard page. It's got your standard forms, and it shows you they all use the same body and the same legs. So all of these patterns have the same body and the same legs. And I was flipping through because I knew that there was a zebra in here, and it is called Alice the Zebra. And so I thought, yeah, I'll make that zebra because it's an easy pattern. I can, if I don't like it, it won't be no big deal. And I went to my sister's yesterday to see my family, or I only got to see some of my family. But I did go down there yesterday, and I took yarn with me, and that is what I took. And I worked on this while I was at her house, and this is what it looks like. And that does not look like a zebra. Was not what I had envisioned. I don't know why, because as you can tell, there's really short white spots, and the black, they're really short color changes, and I don't know why I thought this was stripe, but in my head this was gonna stripe, and it just, I don't know why I thought that, but it is more of a variegated, not a striping yarn, obviously. And so this is what it looks like. And then here is the zebra head that does not look anything like a zebra whatsoever. Does not. It looks like an alien. It looks like it just came straight out of outer space. So yes, this is my third fill for the last 2 weeks, because that does not look like a zebra at all. I think that I will finish this, give it some arms and some legs and some ears, even though it doesn't look anything like a zebra, and it can just be, I don't know, a monster animal, a weird animal. I don't know what it'll end up being, but it's definitely not gonna look like no zebra, because it don't look nothing like a zebra. So I think eventually I will come back to this pattern, Alice the Zebra, and I will just do the color changing like you're supposed to, you know, instead of trying to cheat and not have to worry about changing colors, because that is what I was trying to do, is to just cheat my way out of having to change colors. And I did use a 3.25 millimeter hook on this, because this yarn is a little bit thicker. It's more of like a thin, it's a thicker 2 or a very thin 3. Like, it's not as thin as my saffron yarn, which is the yarn that I used for the end here. I did double it up to make it a little bit thicker. But so that is fail number 3, and I don't think I've started anything else. I'm trying to look. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot this. So my daughter Caitlin, her birthday is tomorrow, or Monday, when most of you will be seeing this on Monday. she asked me if we could make a blanket together, because she, as most of you know, I have been teaching her how to crochet. She has made some granny squares, and she made a snake, and she wanted to make a scrap blanket. So I started her out with the Drunken granny stitch. I did the foundation row, and I did so I single crocheted back across the chain because I don't like working straight into a chain. I don't think it looks good. And then I did the first row of the Drunken granny stitch by Secret Yarnery. But she did do the next 2 rows, and she's almost done. Let's see, she doesn't have very far to go to get done with that 3rd row. So what we're going to do, I think what we have decided to do is that we're going to change colors every 3 rows. She does have some colors, and like I said, these are all scrap yarns. Like, I usually keep my ball bands to stuff like this. This one that she's working with is carrying 1 pound in the color Soft Sage. I had made a blanket for my mother-in-law out of this, and this is what I had left. So she is using that for the first color, and then she has just picked out a bunch of random colors for now. And like I said, we're just going to I'm not going to make it to where, well, she does 3 rows and I do 3 rows. We'll just work on it whenever. So if I don't finish a row, she can finish it up. But she just picked out some random colors, and I have a whole tote full of scrap yarn. I have a small bin full, and then I have like the, you know, the thing that the plastic, it's clear plastic that comforter sets come in. I have one of those full of scrap yarn too. So I really need to bust through some of that scrap yarn, and this is a great way to do it. And so this is a project that we are just going to work on whenever we want to, and I'm not going to put a time limit on it or try to hurry up and finish it or nothing like that. I don't know if I will show it every week. It just depends on how much we work on it. But this is just something fun that we can do together. So me and Caitlin are working on that scrap blanket together, and we are using a 6mm hook. I found out that Caitlin loves tulip hooks, so I did order her a 6mm tulip hook to use on that blanket, and then I use my 6mm clover, which doesn't really make a difference because it's the same sized hooks. So we will go straight on into acquisitions, and I have a couple things here. A sweet subscriber told me that you can get tulle at Walmart, so I found this, and it was only $2, I think, or $2.50, I don't remember, because there are some patterns that I have that I will eventually get to making. There is one in my Stitch Your Library that takes tulle, or that uses tulle. So I don't know which pattern is going to win. I don't know if it's going to be that pattern or not, but I think that it would, or I thought that it would be nice to have some of this on hand, even if that pattern doesn't win, because eventually I will make that pattern, even if it doesn't win. And I think that it would be fun, like if I make a doll, that instead of crocheting the dress, I could use inspiration from that particular pattern or other patterns that I have and just use the tulle. So I did find this at Walmart, and I was really happy about that. I also, if you all have watched my vintage crochet pattern haul and my Happy Mail video that I put out 2 weeks ago, I think, I had bought some doll patterns, and I had so many that I had bought, and then Rebecca from Yarn and Pajamas was so sweet and so kind to send me some that she had bought from me off of eBay of the other set, and there was only one missing, and I found it on Etsy, and it was a rainbow slush. So now I have the complete set of all of the Cupcake Corner and Lollipop Lane doll patterns from Dumpling Designs, and I'm so excited about him. He is so cute. I don't have a green-headed doll, but or green yarn head doll head, yeah. But he is definitely one that I would love to make, and that is something that I have not started, but I am off of work for the next couple days, and that is something that I want to start, and that you will probably oh my gosh, probably be seeing in the next podcast. Oh my gosh. So then I also got this package of safety eyes. I found these through Crystal over at Chronically Crocheting. I'm going to see if I can open them, and I'm sorry if there's crinkle, but she has some patterns that she uses these eyes on, and these are really nice. So this is cool. Okay, so it is clear eyes. It does have plastic over them to protect them from getting scratched, which is awesome. But there's different sizes of clear eyes, but then they also come with these cool glitter. Let's see if I can hold this better. They're glitter circles, but as you can see on the back, this is not going to work. I guess those middles pop out. Let's give it a go. Where'd they go? Okay. So yeah, so you can slide that glitter part to where that it shows through the eye, and it makes those eyes glittery. Is that not so cool? Oh, I'm so excited about this. I knew that the eyes that she used were glittery, but I didn't realize that they were made like this. If she showed these before in a video, I must have missed that one, because I would have already had these a long time ago. But that is so neat. So then you can pick what, you can try them out too, you know, like let's say the gold's just too much and you want to try silver. You can do silver. Let's see if I can get this paper off of here. This video is going to be extremely long. I already knew going into this video that it was going to be long, because I had not made one in so long, and I knew I would have a lot to say. But that's okay. So there is that one with the silver, and then it also comes with different colors. Let's see what all colors. Oh, you get pink and green from what I can see. That's really neat. So then you just use your safety. You put that in between the eyeball and the safety, and then it just stays on there. That is so cool. I absolutely love these. And if I remember right, these were not very expensive. I'm thinking that you got this whole big bag for like, I think it was $15. I don't remember. And then there's the pink, which kind of looks purpley too. That looks really purple to me for some reason. But then when I take it off of here, it looks pink. But I don't know. It looks purple. But that's okay. I like it. Those are super cool. I can't wait to use these. I just got these in the mail today. So it came in like a big bag like this, and there's all kinds. So you have like the ginormous eyes. Those are some big whopper eyes right there. Those are huge. Those have to be like 24 millimeters or bigger. And then you got some smaller ones. There's all kinds of different sizes. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little baggies full of eyes. That is so cool. I absolutely love this. I hadn't really got to play with them or look at them because I've been gone all day. Like I said, my daughter's birthday is tomorrow, and I had to go. I went ahead and got like some things. I like to decorate the house, and so I went and got balloons and streamers and stuff like that, and I'm gonna do that while she's in the bed and decorate the house so that it will be decorated with all that when she wakes up. And then we went ahead and got her a cake today and got candles and stuff. And then tomorrow I'm going to take her shopping for her birthday. That is like our yearly tradition. Now for Christmas, I always buy them gifts and wrap them, but for birthdays, I just give them a set amount of money to spend, and we just go shopping all day, and it's just so fun to spend time with them like that on their birthday, and they have fun and they enjoy it. And yeah, so that is how we're going to celebrate that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that is all that I have to share with you all. Like I said in my last video, if you haven't watched my Stitcher library, make sure you go over and watch that and vote for what pattern that you want. I have got a lot of votes so far, and I'm so excited about that. That is another pattern that I'm working on behind the scenes, is little April, and you will be seeing her very shortly. When is that? Not this Thursday, but next Thursday, so 2 weeks. Okay, guys, so that's all that I have for you all. I had to double check and make sure that I wasn't missing anything, and that's all that I've got. So I hope that you all enjoyed this, and thank you all so much to all my subscribers. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate it. I try to always heart and comment back to every comment. Sometimes I just heart them, but most of the time I try to at least say thank you or something back, because if you can take the time to write a comment to me, then I would like to take the time to write something back to you. And I really enjoy chatting with you all through the comments. And sorry if you can hear my kids, they're being really loud. So I'm going to go and quit rambling on. And I will be seeing you all real soon in another video. Bye.